I never thought I would need to use this word to describe the man I chose to spend my life with. Narcissist. It sounds like a distant word, something you hear about in stories online, in other people's experiences, never in your own life, never inside your own home. But now, I can't run from it anymore. When I met my husband, he seemed perfect, attentive, present, loving. He made me feel like I was the only person in the world. He always knew exactly what to say at the right time. He complimented me, made me his priority, told me he had never met anyone like me. And I fell for it completely. I felt special, chosen, loved. And maybe that's exactly where it all began, in that feeling that seemed so good, so intense that I never stopped to question it. Because when something feels too perfect, sometimes it's not real. At first, everything flowed. Long conversations, plans for the future, promises of a life together. He talked about building a family, growing by my side, never leaving me. And I believed him. I gave him everything, my time, my care, my trust. I gave myself completely. But over time, small things started to change. Nothing obvious at first. It was subtle, almost invisible. He began with comments that sounded like jokes, small criticisms, always with a smile as if it meant nothing. Things about my appearance, my choices, the way I spoke. And when I showed discomfort, he would say I was too sensitive. And I started doubting myself, because he spoke with such certainty that it felt like the problem really was me. Then came the comparisons. Other women take better care of themselves. You could be more like her. I'm just saying this for your own good. And I started changing, without even noticing, trying to fit into what he expected. But it was never enough. Never. There was always something wrong, always something that needed fixing. And I tried harder. And the more I tried, the more I lost myself. He started controlling small things. At first, it looked like care. I don't like that friend of yours. That place isn't right for you. That outfit doesn't suit you. And I accepted it, because I believed he knew what was best for me. But it kept growing, turning into control, turning into limitation, turning into a prison. I started distancing myself from people, friends, family, even from myself. My life began to revolve around him, his wants, his rules. And the scariest part? I didn't realize it. Or maybe I didn't want to, because accepting it meant facing a truth I wasn't ready to see. He had phases, and that's what confused me the most, because in the good moments, he would go back to being that man from the beginning, loving, attentive, full of beautiful words. And in those moments, I held on to hope. He's going to change. He loves me. It's just a phase. But it wasn't. It was a cycle. Always the same cycle. He would tear me down, make me doubt myself, ignore me, and then come back as if nothing had happened. And I accepted it. I always accepted it. Until I started feeling tired. A different kind of tired. Not physical, emotional. It felt like I was carrying a constant weight every single day. Watching every word, every action. Afraid of triggering a reaction, afraid of making a mistake, afraid of losing him. But losing what? That question started to change everything, because deep down, I had already lost myself. One day, something happened. It wasn't a big fight. It wasn't explosive. It was something simple, but it was enough. I was sharing something important to me, something I wanted him to hear. And he interrupted me in front of other people, saying, "That's not even that important." And he laughed, and everyone laughed. But this time, I couldn't laugh. I stayed silent, and in that silence, something inside me woke up. A voice, quiet, but firm. "This isn't right." That sentence stayed in my head, repeating, insisting. And I started observing, paying attention, noticing patterns, and little by little, everything started making sense. The manipulation,
the blame shifting, control disguised as care, the lack of empathy, the cycle of destroying and then rebuilding. It was like I was seeing for the first time, and it hurt. It hurt because it meant I had to do something. But what? I didn't know. I felt trapped between fear and the desire to be free, between what I was living and what I deserved. I started searching for answers, reading, listening to other stories, and every story I found felt like mine. That gave me clarity, but it also brought fear, because now I couldn't pretend I didn't know anymore. And when you know, you change, even if you're afraid. I started setting boundaries, small ones, almost invisible, but I started. Saying no, questioning things, not accepting everything. And that bothered him a lot. He tried to destabilize me, said I was different, that I was cold, that I was changing. But this time, I didn't step back, because for the first time, I was choosing myself. It's not the end yet, it's not the exit yet, but it's the beginning of awareness, and maybe the beginning of my freedom. Because the biggest prison isn't the one you can see, it's the one you accept. And I don't want to accept it anymore.